UBC News Tonight on this 24th day of September 2021. Before we get into our bulletin tonight, let's first take a look at tonight's headlines. In tonight's headlines, presidential police guards acquire new skills at Kasenyi Training School. IGP Ochola resurfaces, claims he is fit. Kampala Minister Kabanda seeks for market dues accountability. And in sports, Bull FC ready to write history in Sunday's Stanbic Uganda Cup final. Good evening once again and welcome to UBC News Tonight on this 24th day of September 2021. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto and we have Mugalu Muhammad on sign language. Now we start off with our first headlining story this evening. This year's second intake training of the police presidential guards have been passed out at Sera Kasenyi Training School after a rigorous month long of training. Now the commander of the 1st Special Forces Group, Colonel Moses Mpora, presided over the function, represented the Commander Special Forces Command, Brigadier General Peter Kandia. Take a look.
These are part of the over 200 personnel of the police presidential guards that have this year alone gone through training in Kasenyi Training School. The one-month refresher course that commenced on 24th August saw 81 trainees acquire knowledge with major emphasis on political education and leadership development, skills at arms, physical training, methods of search, communication and counter-terrorism operations. The Commander of 1st Special Forces Group, Colonel Moses Mpora, presided over the function on behalf of the Commander of Special Forces Command, Brigadier General Peter Chandia. Colonel Moses thanked the entire administration of Sera Kasenyi Training School for drilling the students well.
To you graduates, I have carefully looked at your demonstrations and I think this course, the objective has been achieved. So I am insisting and emphasizing on the word that the commandant has just said. The objective will be, the end state will be achieved only if you perform what you were taught here. Tuko pamoja?
He thanked the Director of Civil Military Cooperation, Colonel Gilbert Wamajezi, for taking the students through lessons of ideological development and orientation.
I am reliably informed that your ideological orientation was okay and you liked your course. Naomba mjipige makofi.
The commandant of Sera Kasenyi Training School, Lieutenant Colonel William Mugabe, said apart from the 2 students who dropped out of the course on issues related to indiscipline and others who never completed on medical grounds, all the 81 trainees passed well.
Their discipline and attitude has changed, and I'm happy to report to you that this time all are graduating. Our special thanks go to the Commander Special Forces Command and the entire SFC leadership for the continued support to the school, for not getting tired of us whenever we call on you. We take this opportunity again to thank our guest lecturers, especially Colonel Magezi, our Director of CIMIC, who presented revolutionary methods of work.
The role of presidential police guards is to guard the First Lady, very important persons VVIP, as well as strategic installations in the country. The function was attended by directors, commanding officers, commandants, senior and junior military officers, including Special Forces Command Corps and drums. Bernard Higa, UBC News.
Thank you, Benediga. Now, the Chairperson Parliamentary Committee on Health, Dr. Charles Ayume, has intimated to a conference on cancer and palliative care that the Health Committee is pushing for a policy legislative draft on palliative care in the country and other policies like health insurance for better implementation. Now, this was at the UBC Auditorium along Nile Avenue in Kampala.
Cancer specialists say it could take more than a decade to clear cancer treatment backlog in the country. The third Uganda Conference on Cancer and Palliative Care in the country that was held at UBC Auditorium and by Zoom attracted experts on cancer. The chairperson, Dr. Charles Ayume, Parliamentary Committee on Health, advocated for integrated multi-sectoral approach on palliative care and asked for its insertion in the medical school's training curriculum.
As a policy, we try and push for the policy on palliative care. There's an interlink between the patient's rights to health care and also the policy on palliative care. So this policy, pushing for this policy comes at a time when the Parliamentary Committee on Health is also chasing other policies, including the National Health Insurance Scheme. How does palliative care fit into the scheme?
The Executive Director, African Palliative Care Association, Dr. Emmanuel Ruyirika, asked for an increase of investments and ring-fence funding for cancer and palliative care when it also comes to pandemics.
In Africa, many of the governments in Africa, when they were hit by the crisis, they moved resources away from most of the other things. We've just heard the Honorable talk about cuts. And the money left cancer and left HIV and some of the other non-communicable diseases and went to COVID-19. In addition, the lockdowns disrupted access to medicines, again, in most of those countries.
The head of childhood cancer at the Cancer Institute, Dr. Joyce Balagade, said that childhood cancer care in Africa, particularly in Uganda, has been hit hard by COVID-19 pandemic.
Despite COVID, childhood cancer is not going to wait. It will not wait for all of us to get on top of the COVID pandemic. It is incumbent upon us to make sure that we continue to do everything it takes, COVID notwithstanding, to make sure that our children get the best care possible, to make sure that we are treating them.
As the country is grappling with less oncologists, there is need to train more in that field for better management of cancer and palliative care in the country.
Funding for oncology centers. If the Cancer Institute is to sustain training of all these specialists, we need funding in our training programs, in our cancer research programs, but also in care to be able to provide a state-of-the-art service to our patients.
Zahara Abigaba, UBC News.
Right, now the British High Commission Kampala and Uganda Coffee Development Authority are launching a coffee competition to increase interest in Ugandan coffee to the UK market. Now the competition aims at bringing greater attention to the Ugandan coffee from the UK coffee sector, including producers, buyers, trade associations and influencers. The campaign will be supported by the Ministry of Agriculture and will also be a cross-continental event with a parallel event happening in London through the Ugandan High Commission. Take a look.
Uganda's coffee exports have in the recent past took on an upward trajectory, with the country recording over 6 million bags in exports worth $496 million in the 2020-2021 financial year. And as the exports increase, the country is now looking at ways of leveraging on relations with the existing countries so as to create a wider market and demand for Uganda's coffee.
We want actually to jump from 6 million bags to 7.5 million bags. And together, this is achievable. Our farmers, our exporters are looking for markets. You show them the direction, they do everything possible. So as you assure us the market, our farmers are listening, they will do that. And UK, I'm sure, needs Ugandan coffee.
Uganda Coffee Development Authority has partnered with the British High Commission to organize a cupping competition so as to promote Ugandan coffee to the most important figures in the UK sector.
Winners of this competition, and thanks to the British High Commission, will be given an opportunity to work as a company to develop and brand the Ugandan coffee for export market and selling to the specialty coffee retailer in the UK. We also expect that the trade deals will be brokered after the competition with the Ugandan coffee producers that will lead to a branded Ugandan coffee in UK supermarkets.
The UK High Commissioner to Uganda, Kate Irie, says that although Uganda is a leading coffee producer, the exports in the UK don't reflect this.
When my Prime Minister, the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, met His Excellency President Museveni at the UK Africa Investment Summit last year, just before the start of the pandemic, they talked at length about ensuring that we get more Ugandan produce on UK shelves, and that coffee is just one of many commodities that we should be consumed in households across my country.
Uganda also trades very little agricultural produce with the UK, despite being eligible for the quota-free duty access to the UK market. The High Commissioner believes that the yet-to-be-launched direct Uganda Airlines flight from Entebbe to London will help reverse this.
It's incredibly exciting. I'm looking forward to the day when, we can actually wish farewell to that first flight, leaving from Entebbe, arriving in an airport in London. I will be a regular traveller myself on that direct flight. I mean, it cuts the time down for both the trade as well as passengers. We know how important tourism is to Uganda as well. We will, after COVID, get back onto the footing of being able to support travellers into Uganda. So, look, I think the opportunities are endless, and it's a really symbolic, important move.
Coffee cupping is a method of evaluating different characteristics of a particular coffee bean, allowing the tester to compare and contrast coffees against each other for better understanding. Samuel Senono, UBC News.
Thank you, Samuel Senono. Now, government is committed to deliver reliable electricity supply to the West Nile region and especially to Arua City that has for decades suffered from power shortage. The Minister for Energy and Mineral Development, Ruth Nankabira, says the construction of the 133 kV Oluyo power station in Noya district and the erection of power pylons is an initiative geared at ensuring that West Nile is free from blackouts come the end of 2022. We have the details.
I think that's one thing. Then we have 3.5 megawatts of hydropower installed at Nyagak. Now, that one, the 3.5 is the maximum.
The intermittent electricity supply is frustrating developmental projects and the social and economic growth of the West Nile region, and especially the bustling Arua City, which neighbors South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. This state of affairs has been criticized by the residents and political leaders.
It's technical to see Wenreko out of West Nile. I can assure you, I myself and Madame Zilia here, she knows each and every page of that contract. We expect a full answer from you tomorrow for the people of West Nile. Why Wenreko is still here?
Electromax and West Nile Rural Electrification Company, Wenreko, are blamed for the power crisis.
So if the issue of the fuel shortage is solved, so Minister, you are here, the engineers here is here, so let us have that problem solved. Then Madame Zilia will task me as an operator to perform.
It is on this backdrop that the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development with top energy sector government officials have been in the West Nile region.
Arrangement on the ground right now. There are two things. One, we have to make sure that Electromax can generate power constantly by using HFO, diesel, and then by also making sure that we energize this transmission line, which we have just seen. So they are likely to have power earlier than the date of commissioning of Karuma. That is if we sort out the technicalities here.
Uganda Electricity Transmission Company says the multi-million-dollar project aimed at lighting up the entire West Nile region and Acholi sub-region is on schedule.
Oruyo is at 87% completion, as you heard from the project manager. And that substation will be fully energized and commissioned, because they are now doing some pre-test commissionings by December this year to be done. Now this entire, what you call, I told you, Oruyo is part of this project, Karma Interconnection Project. It is about $289 million from here to Karuma, to Oruyo, and also to Lira. So it will cost $289 million.
The 33 kV Arua substation is expected to be completed by September 2022. Nyagak Hydropower and Electromax Thermal Power Plant will continue to be operational to boost the grid. Dennis Igor for UBC News.
Now, bail is a constitutional right for a person who commits any criminal offense. It is also constitutional that one can be denied bail under circumstances prescribed by the courts of law. As Ivan Kahwa reports, the cash and non-cash bail can either be state money or refunded to the accused. Here's more.
The Supreme Law of Uganda presumes that a person charged with a criminal offence is innocent until proven guilty under Article 28, Clause 3A. Article 23, Clause 6 further states that any person arrested in respect for a criminal offence is entitled to apply for bail. The law does not classify the cases which are or not entitled to consideration for bail.
The court will analyze the circumstances of each case differently, and either that court may grant the bail or may not grant the bail.
The judiciary spokesperson Jamson Karemani explains why it is important for the accused to convince court why a bail application is being sought for.
He is only allowed to attend to his case while coming from outside. The other consideration court considers is the biggest one. If we release this person on bail, is he coming back to attend his trial?
The application for release on bail requires guarantee that the accused will appear in court as and when needed. This is why the accused is tasked to pay cash or non-cash bail.
That money they are asking you to deposit, it is security. They are looking at, in case you don't come back, is there fallback? Or when you don't come back, there is nothing, the matter ends there.
The cash is deposited to the bank, and when the accused is either found guilty or acquitted, his or her money is refunded. But when the terms given by court are breached by the accused, the money is then forfeited to the state.
Government takes it as revenue because they have also invested in looking for you.
But for non-cash bail, it is upon sureties to ensure the accused does not disappear.
That you have executed the bond of so much, not cash. Now that one remains hanging on their neck. If the person you stood for runs away and you can't trace him yourself, they will come to you and say, you said if he does not come back, you will pay 100 million. Where is it? So the sureties have got to understand that standing for someone is not just a joke. It's not a game. It is something serious. You must monitor him.
When a bail application is rejected by court, the accused is remanded to prison, but for a period not exceeding 180 days for capital offences, while misdemeanors not beyond 60 days.
Much as they may be still going on investigating, that one is easy. You may even be granted bail without a surety. You may not be asked to pay anything. Court will just grant you bail after 180 days.
The judiciary has over time settled scenarios where people are arrested and detained beyond 48 hours, contrary to Section 25 of the Police Act. This calls for a legal alternative where in high-end profile cases, the 48 hours are not enough to carry out investigations to adduce evidence to the courts of law. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Kampala.
Now, globally, it is estimated that 50,000 people die of rabies, with 40% of the victims being children. As the world prepares to observe World Rabies Day, there is need for public to embrace prevention measures, including vaccination and reporting of stray dogs. Addressing journalists at Uganda Media Center, State Minister for Animal Industry, Bright Ramirama, says Uganda's target is to eliminate rabies by 2030.
If only they knew that these animals can be dangerous, poisonous and deadly, these children would not provoke these dogs. Such provocation could lead to dog bites that can be dangerous to humans, unfortunately including children. No wonder children contribute 40% of cases of deaths caused by rabies across the world. This is the trend that Uganda is trying to change as the country joins the rest of the world to commemorate World Rabies Day.
Rabies is a fatal disease, viral disease that affects both humans and animals. The most vulnerable are the children, since they are commonly in touch with dogs and tend to provoke them.
Dogs can charge when provoked, and this is evident at this animal shelter, the Uganda Society for Protection of Animals in Imbuya, a suburb of Kampala. It gives safe haven to stray dogs and cats for not only their own safety, but also that of humans to prevent the spread of rabies.
And we're also encouraging the public to be responsible owners of dogs, not to just leave their dogs right around looking for food, and in the process they acquire rabies.
According to World Health Organization, at least 50,000 people die of rabies every year. 99% of these are caused by dog bites, a statistic which Uganda has unfortunately been contributing to over the years.
We used to spend quite a lot, but because of our continuous awareness and campaign and effective participation in hotspot districts, we have reduced the prevalence of rabies in the country.
This is the reason why vaccination against rabies is emphasized, with Uganda procuring reasonable doses every year.
Annually, we procure between 500,000 doses to 1 million. But this year we procured 700,000 doses of rabies vaccine, and we've already distributed the different districts to carry out free vaccination.
As Uganda joins the rest of the world to commemorate World Rabies Day, the public is warned to desist from forfeiting vaccination against this human-animal disease.
It is 10 times cheaper to vaccinate dogs and cats than treating rabies-bitten patients.
Reports indicate that cases of rabies have gone down in Uganda, with only a few districts affected, including Amuru, Mbarara, Mbale, Masaka and Arua, among others. The commemoration programmed to be held in Arua on 28 September 2021 will be observed under the theme, Rabies, Spread Facts, Not Fear. Henry Okurut, UBC.
Well, UBC News Tonight takes a very short break, but we'll return with business stories.
Today in history.
On 24th of September 1984, then Minister of Education, Professor Isaac Newton Ojok, announced that Makerere University had opened 2 other campuses at Chambogo and Nakawa in Kampala. Professor Newton Ojok made this announcement on the function that was held at Uganda Technical College in Kampala, and he noted the campuses and extension of Makerere University are now situated in the former Uganda National Teachers College, Kyambogo, and the Uganda College of Commerce, Nakawa. He added, with immediate effect, all first-year students of Faculty of Technology are to begin their studies at the Uganda Technical College, Kyambogo, and this was known as the Makerere University Nakawa campus.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Echa COVID-19 chijja kugwa only if we stay at home, observe physical distancing, wear masks properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly, or get vaccinated now.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. Finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly until James discovered something big. Now he can finally enjoy the benefits of homegrown advantage with a decoder and 1 month of GoTV value. For just 25,000 shillings, enjoy the world's biggest leagues and cap competitions. GoTV Uganda, love it.
My home, I smile when I think of you, Uganda. My home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda. My home, oh my Uganda.
I know, with you I'll always stay forever. I know, because I feel that we belong together. My home, under the sun so bright, under the moon at night, on my heart, mommy, oh my Uganda.
Hey mama. At MTN, we look forward to starting another exciting journey together to grow our home, Uganda.
Five times the winning, yeah. 5 times the happiness, yeah. 5 times the luckiness, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5. 5 times the money, yeah. 5 times the shopping, yeah. 5 times the prizes, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5.
Win 100,000 Uganda shillings weekly in the 5 for 5 jackpot. Simply download the Center mobile app. Click Center on the go to open your account online. Transact 5 times or more using Center Mobile, Center Visa, and Center Agent to stand a chance to win. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. So, participate in the 5 for 5 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 5 for 5 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank, our bank. Centenary Bank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund.
Welcome back from that break, and we are glad that you're still watching UBC News Tonight. And now in our business story, Uganda Revenue Authority has donated items to the female ward at Butabika National Referral Mental Hospital to create ease for the patients to access clean water, a necessity for all in the fight against the spread of COVID-19. Now the government body launched a nationwide corporate social responsibility CSR during their 30th 30-year celebration and initiative under the theme Believe There Is Good.
Uganda Revenue Authority's corporate social responsibility is aimed at creating an enjoyable working relationship between URA and its stakeholders. As a way to create high impact, the URA staff have donated a number of items, among them a water tank to the female ward at Butavika National Referral Mental Hospital and building materials in the fight to keep COVID-19 out of Uganda.
Other than the work that we do, we also look out to societies that we can identify with every other year. And this year, we are honored and privileged that what came in our mind is that the neighborhood was Butavika Hospital. We love you, and we want to really appreciate what you do is not something easy you do for the nation.
The URA staff also took part in a cleaning exercise in the hospital gardens, an engagement they claim is a spirit of developing value-driven programs that have helped them grow philanthropic efforts of URA to even deeper roots. Dr. Mutamba from the National Referral Hospital commended the URA staff for the gesture towards the mental health facility.
We really appreciate that it came into your minds to come to Butavika National Referral Mental Hospital. Like those we have had a chance to meet briefly, Butavika is always, in a way, not thought about. Mostly mental health is not thought about.
Sandra Kahunde, Kenneth Tanaba, UBC News.
Well, I want to thank you so much for keeping us company in UBC News tonight, but do join us for our second edition at 10 p.m. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto and Muhammad Mugalu on Sign Language. We will see you then.
Participate in the 5 for 5 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 5 for 5 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank, our bank.
Richard, Richard.
Tax.
Sandy.
Hey.
Mbona unanishtua hivi jamani? Ah.
Hey.
Are you okay?
Yes, I am.
It has been ages. Where have you been?
I've been around.
What are you doing here?
I live here.
Temporarily. That's why actually I called you. She needs help.
Richard, I told you I don't need your help.
Just because you say so doesn't mean that you don't need help. I'll leave the two of you to talk. However, I'll give you heads up. Her husband beats her.
Richard.
She even has bruises.
Richard.
Excuse me.
What? Sandy, ni nini ninachokisikia hichi?
Betty, how are you?
I'm fine, Reverend. Where is Lauryn Masika?
She's not around. She's doing something. So, how may I help you?
I have come to book for a wedding.
Oh, a wedding! Wow, that's so interesting. So you and Beckham are finally going to put your marriage right. That's so interesting. I'm so happy for you.
Don't ever talk about that man, Reverend. I'm not getting married to Beckham.
You're not?
No, I have another man.
Eh? Betty, you are married to Beckham.
That's all the news. For long ago, so I need to book.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Here.
Sandy, those bruises are really serious.
That's life.
But that's not how it's supposed to be. It's not, Sandy.
Well, mine is.
Have you reported him to the police?
Yeah, I won't report him because I'll end up losing my children.
Sandy, really? And in the process, what if you also lose your life and die? Won't it be worse?
Well, change of topic. How are you? I last heard from Richard that you're still a priest.
Yes, I am. And
nice.
you? Thank you.
Teacher. I ended up teaching in the same secondary school with Richard. That's where we connected from.
Oh, okay. Yes. I got married.
I hope he's not beating you.
No, he's a sweet soul. Not all men are violent. No, not all of them.
Don't believe that.
Ah, Sandy, come on. I missed you.
Missed you too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
This Reverend. Where's Reverend Tucker?
she's not available right now.
I've not seen her for a while. Where has she been?
Not so sure.
I need to talk to her. When will she be back?
Not so sure.
Reverend,
Betty!
I've finished.
I've been looking for you everywhere. I've looked for you everywhere. Where have you been? Where? What is this? Wedding booking? Bride? Betty? Groom? Kawuchi? Kawuchi? What's Kawuchi? What's this? What's this?
It's none of your business.
Betty, I thought he knew. Are you not separated?
Separated? This is my wife, way.
I'm getting
You are
married.
not getting married to any other man. Not when Beckham is still alive. Atemwe, Gezapuleti, you have wedded my wife for another man. I'll ban you all. Jabocha. All of you.
Reverend, mpech papule chirala.
Onani.
Bella, what are you doing here? I thought you had gone for good. Stop talking your nonsense. This is Sandra, my workmate, and a long-time friend of mine. Sandra, that's Bella, my wife.
And what is she doing here?
Sandra is going through hard times. And as for you, what are you doing here?
This is my home. I'm free to come and live as I want. Excuse me.
I'm sorry about that.
So, is she the one?
Yes.
I see.
You were going to register a married person to be married to another man?
She told me they were separated.
And you didn't have any sense to think through, make research whether it was true or not?
Please, Reverend, do not talk to me like that. We all make mistakes and I can hardly say this is mine.
You women!
You women what?
You're so incompetent.
And you are egoistic.
Apologize.
For what?
I am your superior.
Then behave like one.
I need to call the bishop on this one. This administration needs an iron hand.
For peace's sake, Richard, never, ever bring a woman in my bed. Even when I'm dead, togezangako.
When I was told you were going to come back, I could not believe it. How did this happen?
I have no idea.
Oh my goodness.
all I got was a letter from the bishop's office telling me to return.
Wow, I wonder how it happened.
I have no idea. So, what is new?
Oh, Mo. Reverend Mo is getting married.
I know.
And how do you feel about this?
How do you expect me to feel? Happy?
You guys work well together. The radio show. We all thought you and him would...
There's nothing between me and Mo.
Okay, enough of Reverend Mo. I need to warn you about something. There's a new clergy. He is obnoxious.
That is a harsh way to talk about a man of God, a fellow servant.
Lisa, you don't know this guy.
I think you need to be the better person here.
First meet him and then you give me that advice.
Okay. Where is Teddy?
Oh, Teddy was sent to Karamoja for a mission.
Teddy in Karamoja?
Yeah.
Teddy in Karamoja?
Yes.
She must have started a comedy club.
We both agree on that.
Teddy in Karamoja, oh my God, that is new.
Just comedy,
that is new. Oh. Well, it's good to see you again. Thank you for coming to check on me again.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Juice.
Welcome. I hope you like it. How is it?